coconut gum. He's the leader of the bunch. You know his coconut gum is finally back to fire in spurts. His coconut gum can fire in spurts. If he shoots ya, it's fire in spurts. His coconut gum is bigger, faster, stronger too. He's the gum member of the...
Alright, we're live, boys.
What's up, THL? It is Mange here, along with MV Parker and Cassie14, bringing you our season 5, week 3? Question mark? I don't remember what week we're in.
We're about to be 3.
Power ranking. Yeah, week 3. And we're doing this live this time just to do something different. I don't know. We're bored. We wanted something to do. So, bringing us in at the bottom of our needs work here is that's a fucking fantastic picture of Cassidy, by the way.
I thought so.
Number 20, Team Swagboy. They were 19 last week, and they had a pretty bad week because they went up against the Bad Hombres and they lost. They had a
Hombres.
We got some bad hombres in here, and Swaggo, I couldn't get them out.
No, they couldn't. So they're our last team right now. They've lost 2 weeks. 2 weeks, their first 2 weeks of their existence, and there were some bad losses. But I don't know. I feel like at this point it's pretty clear that they should be ranked last. But still early, so they could still make it up.
H for hombres, boys. They got them.
So number 19, we have Team Walmet, who was previously
17.
I think they were previously 17. Yeah.
Yep.
Who did they play? Because I forgot to open up my stuff.
They played Netherstorm, and they lost 10 to something. 10 to 14.
Yeah, 10 to 14. All right, I got it open now. And this, I know they lost last week. This week, I think Jack Talks got a win on stream.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Jack Talks did get a win on stream, but they did not do well otherwise. I don't think anyone else won. BitPiku, that's right. BitPiku got a DQ win, dodgeball champ. But the Hot Asian Girl lost 1-3 to Crovan, and Kick Tripod lost to Twiz. I was actually super surprised about Hot Asian Girl losing to Crovan. I felt like that Crovan was a pretty heavy underdog there, and ended up pulling it out. What do you guys think about Team Wellmet?
Yeah, a lot of question marks for Team Wellmet. Still not quite sure where they're beating teams on a consistent basis, and that's kind of reared its ugly head here to start the season. I mean, you get a DQ win, Jack Sox picks up a win on stream in the way he did, and you can't close it out. And it's not going to get any easier for him, I don't think.
No, I would argue that the league's strength right now is near the top, and their top 3 seeds only pulling together 2 points. It could be rough if they don't. The top of their lineup doesn't pick it up.
Yeah. I expect Hot Asian Girl to be pretty good. He's had a lot of success. In all like facts of Hearthstone, but
yep.
Surprising loss for him. Number 18, we have the Bad Hombres. And I gonna be honest, I didn't expect to be able to put us at 18 ever again, as high as 18, but couldn't get him out, as Cassidy said earlier.
Couldn't get him out, boys.
Big ups to Brunson and Road JT, who got our wins for us. Both
and Tom Locke.
Both 3 winning there. Yeah, and also big thanks to Tom Locke for failing to submit classes.
Cassidy leaned right in there, bud. Way to lean.
Oh man, I'm still feeling the welt.
Oh my god.
Salmon says way too high on the Bad Hombres.
I got disconnected. Okay. Number 17, we have Zenergy, who was previously number 15. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think my internet's going out.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I don't believe. Okay, so this says that German beat Fendi 3-2, but the rest of the team lost. Katoto lost 1-3. Jazab lost 1-3. Tranador lost 1-3. Brantley lost 2-3. Nice 5-game series for him. but they got stomped. And on paper, Danger Zone doesn't seem very strong, but maybe this is kind of the year where they finally put it together.
Yeah, it looks like they got a nice 2-0 start. There's a lot of cushion now. They can have a bad week and still be near the top. But for Zenergy, I think they're the real story here. It's just kind of more of the same.
Yeah, it's we had them ranked like I don't know, I think 12th in preseason, something like that, which is pretty high for them, considering how bad their season was. And they've just disappointed up to this point, and frankly, it's disappointing. I don't know what else to think about them other than they're just kind of energy again. But at number 15, we have Aeon.
16.
16, we have. I'm sorry, you're right. I skipped 16. At 16, we have Hearthstone Academy. Thank you. And so bad news for Hearthstone Academy is that they lost, and they lost on the back of a DQ from Captain Sage.
Yeah.
Good news, and this is pretty good news. They managed to win 3 out of the 5 series, including JB getting a win with Hunter somehow against Houdini. So take that as like a good starting point, right? Like you 3 out of your 5, or really 3 out of your 4 people on your team played a best of 5 match and came out ahead.
Yep.
So that's a good start to get off the board for them. Scritch beat Gemini 3-1. Myself and I took a close one against Status Bear 0-5, and we had that Hunter game that we mentioned earlier. That must have been like fun. Must have been fun. It looked fun. Wish that would have been on stream somewhere. So I don't know. Like they're rated low for now, but at least that's a start against a team that we think is pretty good in Parallax. Hopefully they can build on this next week. Hopefully they get their fucking classes submitted.
Got all week, boys. All week.
There you do. Number 15 is Aeon. I was just eager to talk about Aeon. And they are in pink today. Yeah, so they Aeon went up against the Temporal Legends, a team that we had, I think, in the top 5 or just outside of the top 5 in preseason. And they kind of got their shit rocked. Top had Demon, swept Hector Howe, but the rest of them lost pretty convincingly. I mean, Follow Durden had a 5-game series against M-Bulk, from what I hear. It was up 2-0 before M-Bulk got the reverse sweep. But the rest of them, Pound Drunk, lost 1-3, ridiculous, got swept. Aeon is in rough shape after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that they're fortunate that they're not lower.
Yeah, they've had a revolving door of a roster. They're not winning matches, and they really struggle to kind of get themselves off the ground every season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They finally got their 2 seed back this week though, with what's his name? Kugmar? I don't know.
Kungmar.
Yeah. So they got him back this week, but face a tough opponent, so we'll see.
Who's they play?
Supreme.
Supreme sucks. But yeah, they got Kungmar back, so maybe this is the start of what they envisioned their team going into the season. And maybe they can have better results looking forward. So that will round up our needs work tier, and we'll start our in the hunt tier. Teams that we think generally are good enough to be in the hunt for a playoff berth come end of the season.
They're in position.
They're in position. And at number 14, we have Netherstorm, who was previously 18 last week. And I am now stalling to find Netherstorm on my sheet. Yeah, so we mentioned them a little bit earlier against Team Met. Krovan got that upset win, a really nice upset win against Hot Asian Girl. Twiz, unsurprisingly, wins another game. He's like really overpowered in the 3 seed.
Yeah,
on Parker's level of overpowered. Mushu got the sweep, which I believe is his first one in THL. And K2 had the sick priest combo that tilt Jack Socks off of his fucking stream. Didn't quite get it done, in the other games, but still, it's always nice to see, if you're gonna lose a match, at least getting 2 points is like a decent consolation. That's a decent win for Netherstorm, and if they can build on it, they'll have a chance to climb higher. And no one has really run away with this Black Division like we thought maybe Defias Brotherhood would. So, they're kind of in it still.
Yeah, that
when
division's
it's
pretty wide open.
Yeah.
Not to mention, if Crovan can continually get wins in the 1 seed, that team's a lot better than you think. You know?
Yeah. If he continue, yeah, it's a very good point. If he continues winning the 1 seed, they're scary.
Yeah, that'd
Pretty
be scary.
Yeah.
All right. So at number 13, we have the Yacht Champs, and they played against Team Avatar, and I think that they lost a tight one. Ended up coming down to a mismatch in DQ, which was really fucking unfortunate because that's so avoidable. Adidas lost a really close one on stream to G-Nets on Salty Saturday. Dunham is swept in position.
He
was in position to get swept. Wolfmac lost a 2-3 to Pumas, which is a really nice one for Pumas. But yeah, Crest not being able to play that match against Anarchist, missing it, and then not being able to get that rescheduled, it hurt them a lot because I think Avatar didn't score more than very many more than 12. Like if he would have won, they would have won the series for sure. So unfortunate for York Champs after a really strong first week, but you kind of put it behind you and you get your guys to submit their classes and schedule their match and play it this time.
Yep.
At number 12, we have the Harry Generals, who were previously 16, and they beat the dog shit out of Team 1600 Dust.
Mm-hmm.
Their top 4 seeds, Markshire, Chigmo, Jedi, and Bork, won 3-1 over their counterparts. Gurn Blanston did get swept, and that's now 2, I think, pretty bad losses for Gurn. So maybe you start to be a little concerned with him going forward. But it's really cool, and if you're a Harry General, really nice to see the rest of your team step up against an established team like Team 1600 Dust.
Yeah, that's a really big win for them. And Ziggy Sarah, I'm pretty sure, moves up to the 3 seed or the 4 seed this week, right? With her win?
Does
I think so.
Confirm.
Yeah.
I'm looking on here. Yeah, she's listed as the 3 seed or the 4 seed.
4 seed, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she
good
will.
there.
She's undefeated, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about her when we get to the 1600 Dust. That's a good point to bring up. I didn't even realize that. Do you have anything to add about the Harry Generals, Cassidy?
No, that was just kind of when you think of a win that's going to take you from one tier to another, that's it right there.
Yeah.
You beat another really good team, and you're going to jump a whole tier on our list for sure.
Yeah, really, really good win, like a statement win from the Generals, because it kind of proves that they can hang with some of these other good teams. And on the flip side, maybe 1600 Dust is overrated a little bit. Maybe they're not quite what they were last season.
That's a big win for the Generals.
Yeah, it's
19 points in a week. It's a big week.
Definitely a good one. At number 11, we have Team Avatar, who was previously number 10. They did win, as we talked about. I don't remember exactly why they dropped off the top of my head, but I know there's a good reason. Basically, just movement of other teams around them and such.
They played Yog Champs, and they barely won due to a misplayed match.
Yeah.
And that's a team that they should have beat, theoretically, right? Like, looking at the rankings and everything, like, that's a team they were arguably much better than.
Yeah.
They barely squeaked out with the W.
Yeah, you definitely don't expect like their 2 seed in position and like Lemur to get a combined 1 point. That's a tough series between the two of them. But Pumas did get that upset over Wolfmac, who was I think he was like a 40 or 50 point PR favorite. So that's nice. And if Pumas can win in the 3 seed consistently, they look a lot better than we might have previously thought. So yeah, solid win for Danger Zone to put them like smack that, or not Danger Zone, Avatar to put them like just under, that halfway mark, and coming off a win, a chance to climb. At number 10, we have Danger Zone, who was 11. Those guys flip flopped. They dominated, like we said. They won 4 out of their 5 matches. most of them by the score of 3-1. Grimm played a 3-2 series. They looked really good against a team that is not so good. So I don't who does Danger Zone play this week? Does anyone know off the top of their head?
1 sec. Danger Zone plays Parallax.
Okay, yeah. That's gonna be a better test for them than Energy will be, I think, most likely. And so if Danger Zone can perform like they did this week, then they're going to start seriously moving up the power rankings in my eyes.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better matchups this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, Gnet or Puma's in chat would like to note that he would pay $50 for someone to take his team.
I'd pay someone $50 to take this team. I mean, you could pay me to take that team, and I might consider it. I'm not gonna pay you.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying he'd give you $50 to take his team off his hands. God, I love Avatar.
They're the best.
They're always imploding.
Same. That team is just gonna forever struggle to like have any kind of cohesion.
Yeah.
So yeah, Danger Zone definitely a really strong 2 weeks, and you know they've positioned themselves to be a serious contender in their division.
Yeah, they
and
put
if
up
they
the most points in
can
the league.
perform next week, yeah, and if they can win next week, they're gonna really start shooting up. So number 9, we have Noob Central, who was number 6 last week after a really strong win against whoever their opponent was. I don't remember off the top of my head. And then this week they played against Entropy, who, to be fair, we do have very high on our list, but they got fucking raffle stomped.
Yeah.
Racy swept Phenom, which is a really nice win for AC. Those guys are no stranger to the top 100 list in Legends. But Thor Smash and Josh Sampson both got swept against Smoke Salmon and D Lyman, respectively. Cutthroat lost 1-3 to Crayon. So right there, you have your 2, 3, 4 seeds getting a combined 1 point.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Maybe feels Entropy, man. I don't know. No. But and then Ham ended up getting a 3-0 win over Crackshot because Crackshot not aware of the submission deadline, even though it hasn't changed in 18 months.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he just didn't submit.
Oh god.
Oh boy, Crackshot.
Feels bad, man. Salmon, don't let your players CQ. What the fuck are you doing?
Also, this week, Entropy flip-flops some seeds around. Salmon goes to the 1 as Phenom falls to the 2.
I know. I'm upset about this, and I'll tell you guys why when we get to Entropy.
Is this a case of the Moxies?
In regards to what?
Phenom and his rough start in the THL.
Well, let's wait till we get to Entropy, and then I definitely want to cover that some.
Okay.
But Noob Central, strong first week, really shitty second week. So again, we're in this situation where they're so inconsistent week to week, we have no idea what to expect. Which has kind of been their MO now for like 3 or more seasons. About 3 seasons now.
Up and down, yep. High highs, low lows.
Yeah. Who does Noob Central play? I'm gonna look real quick.
Noob Central plays.
They play the Harry Generals. Okay, that's actually a really cool match to watch. A couple of teams that have been around forever. See how that one goes. At number 8, we have the Paladins of the Past, the Magi of the Present, or whatever the fuck it is. Temporal Legends, who were previously number 9. And they have a decently strong argument to have maybe shot up more on the list a little bit after their big win. But for now, we have them here.
Yeah, they kind of, like, I know you can only play or beat who you play, but they kind of, like, are stuck playing, not the greatest team in the league, and they kind of beat them up pretty bad, but it's kind of what you expect, really, right?
Yeah, I definitely expected them to win big. They didn't disappoint. A little surprising.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 seed matchup was a 300 PR difference.
Right.
So that's going to sway our thinking a little bit here. And it's just like their biggest problem is just consistency. Like they need to string some wins together against quality opponents
Yeah.
and
But,
not put up 6 points in a week.
Yeah, I agree. 6 points last week, 16 points this week. Definitely much better and more of this kind of performance, and you'll see them skyrocket because despite how much he hates us, we think really highly of Mbulk. We think highly of Phoebus, and think Blackness is pretty okay too. And like Hector's fine. He's a fine 1 seed, and you can certainly do much worse than him.
Yep. Roughly
So
50 for Hector.
Yeah, so Temporal Legends looking pretty good after this week. Number 7, we have Team Golden Wisp, who was 7 last week, so they're staying put. And they are staying put after a super tight series with Supreme. Hopnar took a 5-game series against Cheesy, losing 2 out of 3 of those. And then Rubik's Cube and Sunshine both won again in 5-game series of their own. And so I think each of them is now 2-0 on this season.
Yeah, they are.
And like getting those kind of performances from your team against a player like Cheesy, and then like guys like DD and Senior Saxon, who had a really good first week, it makes me feel pretty good about Team Golden Wisp going forward. Despite Double O's DQing, when Double O's plays, we know he's very good. Then the DQ is certainly out of character for him so far in his THL career. So I don't know what happened there. But if we can avoid just giving away points like that, and that team can, keep playing as well as they've been playing, Team Golden Wisp looks pretty scary. MV Parker did end up shitting on Alex Golden Wisp 3-0, but from what I hear, Parker high rolled the shit out of him, and Alex couldn't have done anything.
Not GG's.
Maybe played around Brawl, Maybe played around Brawl. That's just what I hear.
Happens. XD.
So Parker gets the win. Parker is dunking all over the Fisher Price hoop in the 3 seed this season.
That's kind of what's going on. Fisher, I love that analogy. Holy shit. That's what he's like. Parker's going up against the toddlers and just slamming it out like right over them, and then pounding his chest after.
Also, we're into the playoff teams.
To be fair though, Alec is like one of the best 3 seeds in the league, and one of the guys that can match Parker and ability and stuff. So that was a well-earned win for Parker, to be fair. Moving up our list. Wait, were you saying something? I didn't mean to cut you off.
3 teams into the playoff teams here.
Oh, my bad. My fucking bad. Yeah, so playoff teams are 9-3, which is Noob Central, Temporal Legends, Wisp. And number 6, we have Parallax, who was 8 last week. Parallax had an unimpressive win, to be honest.
Yeah.
Super Sam did sweep Brewski. But Houdini lost a 2-3 series to JB and lost to Hunter.
Houdini lost to Hunter, right? Yeah.
And now this is okay. So this is super weird, right? Houdini started as a 1 seed last season, with I believe he came in at a 500 PR.
Yeah,
and
really.
Yep.
He is now dipped under 400 after this week, so he is not. I don't know what it is about the THL, but some guys they really take to it, like Slimch. And other guys, sometimes they struggle a little bit, like D. Lyman, for example, or like now Houdini is a guy that's consistently been one of the well-known names in Hearthstone, and is just not doing nearly as well as you'd expect. So it's interesting to see him lose another series, especially to Hunter.
Yeah.
Dire Spare. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Dire Spare picks up a loss, and
Dire Spare loses a tight one to me, myself, and I. That at least went to 5. Gemini did lose 1-3 to Scritch.
Yeah, that's a match you think they'd pick up, right? Like they're 51-point favorites
in the 5 seed. Gemini.
Yeah, you'd think. That's sometimes those PRs are weird down there because it's kind of like not necessarily skill and more of like how much time you put into the game.
Right.
and maybe Fritz hasn't for a long time, but
That's true.
I don't know. It's still a really good point. Like that's a pretty big, that's a significant PR gap between those two, and to lose that, it hurts. And then Eridan did get the DQ win over Sage, although he did play the match, and I know that he won it
Nice job
anyway,
laying
3
in
to
there,
1.
buddy.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, he played it and he won it anyway, 3 to 1. So good for Eridan for getting the fake one.
Boy, he'll never let that guy live that down.
No, he won't. Parallax, they look a little stuffed up, don't you guys think? A couple of uninspiring weeks. Maybe a little plugged, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just, they're going to need to get the shit out.
Yeah. I
I think they're slowly draining the shit out of their system. They're pumping it out there. And, they're going to come into week 3 feeling awfully clean, and we'll see if that benefits.
Yeah, I'm with you. So who's Parallax? Parallax plays Danger Zone next week. Okay, yeah, we said that earlier.
They'll win that one.
That'll be a good match. They're gonna be ready to roll. All right, number 5, we have Team 1600 Dust, who was previously number 4. And they lost hard to the Harry Generals, as we mentioned earlier. And they are kind of only this high at this point on name alone, because their first two games of this, the first 2 matches of this season have been just bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
They've yet to win more than 2 out of the 5 matches, and they are reeling right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, like they really are just this high on this like name recognition alone at this point.
Yeah. They need to bounce back next week, or they'll drastically drop.
Yeah, they're going to take a little tumble if they lose again.
Yeah, I tend to agree. This is just kind of giving the benefit of the doubt to a roster that we know has had success previously, and I don't know. They need to get it together. And this week they are playing against Temporal Legends, which is going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and in fact, there are rumors of this being the case, and I hope it is. I really hope Ridiculous Hat and Heck to Hell are on stream.
Yeah, that's a good match.
A couple of board members going toe to toe.
Couple of really good dudes.
Couple of great dudes.
Also, it'll be interesting to see how Ziggy Sarah does in the 4 now that she slides off a seed.
Yeah, she'll be playing against Phoebus, who I want to say she beat last season. No, they didn't play last season. Yeah. But they were both 5 seeds, and they both had pretty good records in the 5 seeds. So.
I'm pretty sure last season at one point she also slid up to the 4 seed in Rock Bass, whatever. Slid down. I think they've flip-flopped before.
Like the Qatar. Yeah. This is a big week for them. And if they lose again, you're going to see them take a pretty hard dive, in my opinion. And I think all of our opinions. So, I don't know. At number 4, we have NWA, who was previously number 3. And again, they're up here on a lot of name recognition themselves, because they kind of got whooped a little bit.
Yeah, but they got whooped by another really good team.
So it's more forgivable. It's definitely more forgivable. And they did get 10 points. So
it was 10 to 13. Like, it was pretty close.
Yeah, it wasn't a complete
blowout. There was a lot of sweeps in that series.
Yeah, that's what makes it feel bad, right? Because Tony Montana got swept by Old Greg. Dreaded got swept by Ayo, which I don't think that many of us saw that coming.
No.
And Arthur Rhodes Salt got reverse swept by A-Roy. So Defiance broke out the broomsticks a little bit. Did some sweeping.
Yeah.
But good news for NWA is that Force of Will, who everyone in this broadcast booth considered a giant question mark, and honestly a weak leak of NWA. He got a giant win over Jesus C, which is now his 2nd big win in a row.
Yep.
Maybe he's a player. Maybe Salt found himself another gem, because that's 2 wins, 2 weeks and 2 big wins for him.
Yep. He's playing really well.
Seems to be. And then Pink Samus beat Comp 3-0, which is swept comp 3-0, which is really surprising to me as well. And I think this, if I'm not mistaken, the last time Pink Samus lost a series was like week 2 of last season. So we're looking at like September.
Yeah.
Like he last lost in September. That's kind of impressive. So good news for NWA is you still have all the familiar faces that you have, and your new faces are stepping up and performing well. And you guys have anything to add?
No, I'm just looking at chat. Aridin says Force of Will is still a question mark because you don't go 0-5 and gain trust quickly. I agree. But, he's got a couple wins.
Yeah, like definitely. Don't get me wrong, Aridin.
Shady Zoroark is not happy that Danger Zone's not even in our playoff teams.
Okay, well, sorry, Shady. But yeah, no, like
Sleep
Aridin,
on that.
we agree with you about like, you definitely just can't. You definitely just like all right, this guy's good now, but it's encouraging. It's encouraging. So
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to take away from this would be that Pink Samus swept Comp. That's a huge win. Comp's one of the better 3 seeds in the league.
that's huge.
And if he can continue to produce for that team at that seed, then they should be pretty strong.
And someone's telling us Hearthstone Academy should have gone up.
Well, that's Sage. Sage is always wrong. Or not Sage. Not Sage.
Spaghetti Walrus.
Spaghetti Walrus.
Well, you can say that you wouldn't have lost if you hadn't DQ'd, but you fucking DQ'd, so you lost. And we're pretty unforgiving with DQs in our
Submit
power
your
rankings
classes.
historically.
Yeah,
Like player matches.
You have all week to submit them.
That's pretty much how we feel. We don't give teams that DQ the benefit of the doubt. Just period.
Nope. You have all week to submit your classes. Not hard. Submit them right now if you want.
All right. So who's next on our list?
Three.
Oh yeah. Sorry. All right. So number 3 we have the Defiance Brotherhood, who we just talked about a little bit. We know you played your matches, but you still DQ'd. At the end of the day, you hurt your team. But we do have Defiance Brotherhood at number 3, previously ranked number 5, and they got the big win that we were talking about.
Yeah, huge week.
Over NWA, huge week after a very disappointing week 1. And so we know the goods, like the positives of this team, right? Like A-Roy is now 2-0, having another good season. Old Craig 1-1, fresh off a really really big sweep over Tony Montana. AO got his first big win as a THL member, just period, with that win over Dreaded. But I want to talk a little bit about an area of concern of mine, and it's partly because he's a good friend of ours. Jesus C is now 0-2. I can't remember the last time he lost 2 consecutive matches.
Nope.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's you could argue that it's not the best meta for him, but I don't know. I don't buy into that. I know Jesus can play anything. I would argue maybe his team's not working the best with him.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I know Jesus confides some stuff into me, and he's relayed some frustrations in that regard. But he also is responsible for his own play as well, and right now not getting it done. But I don't think any of us would have foreseen him being 0-2.
No, but the rest of his team's showing up. So if he could ever bounce back, they'd be really scared.
I mean, they would be as scary as we thought when we put them preseason number 1, right? So
right.
Basically at this point, I think the key for the Defiance Brotherhood is what AO and Jesus C do at the 4 and 5 seeds. And if they can be the strong spots of the roster like we thought, they are going to be very good.
Were you gonna lock this room, or can I?
Fuck out of here.
Tavern talk only.
Tell you what, I'm gonna put us in team rank champs real quick. someone say something.
Something.
So number 2 on our list, staying the same as Entropy. They had another big, huge win. They crushed Noob Central. But we really don't see a reason to vault them ahead of Supreme yet, because Supreme also won. But Entropy is looking really, really strong. And it's interesting because if these teams matched up, I don't know who wins, because Entropy is just so favored. You would think at the 4 seed, but then Supreme is favored up top. You would think, I don't know. I'm really hoping we get to see that matchup.
Yeah, it'll happen at some point.
Oh wait, no, we will. You're in the same division.
Yeah, they're in the same
I
conference.
can't
so
wait till we get to see that.
we
matchup.
will see that. We will see that. I'm just talking a little bit about what Entropy did last week. D Lyman swept Josh Sampson. I can't find Entropy. Crackshot did DQ, and that is an area of concern. Play your fucking matches, submit your fucking classes, etc. But Smoke Salmon got another one. Crayon got another one. Now let's talk about Phenom a little bit, because I know you wanted to mention him before. He's now, and we don't really consider THL results a whole lot, or SHL results a whole lot in anything we do when it comes to this, but it's just interesting to know that between THL and SHL, Phenom is a combined 1-3, which is about the opposite of what you would expect.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe, I think, so THL's format is super different than anything else that you'll experience in the Hearthstone Wild. And I think maybe that's just throwing him off a little bit. But I don't know. It's just interesting to me because he's a great player and we know that he's capable of doing better. But for now, it's it's not going like we all thought it would go.
This is also the first team in the championship favorites too.
Sorry. Thank you for keeping an eye on that, because listen, man, I can barely collect my thoughts talking about these teams and these rosters. So I can't do shit like that. Entropy looks strong, even though Phenom is not quite up to par yet. But good news for Phenom is he plays me this week, and he's gonna beat the dog shit out of me. So that'll get him going.
Get him out!
That'll get it going.
Yeah, I have to play Salmon.
I'm so fucking upset.
Nobody wants to play Smoke Salmon.
You know how bad I wanted to play Smoke Salmon? You have no idea.
I'm sorry.
Okay, here's the thing with I'll give Phenom the benefit of the doubt. The first week he plays Markshire, right? Markshire's been in the league for how many seasons now? Forever? Since the beginning of time. Jesus, he's
yeah. 1832 he came into the league.
Right. So he's playing
I believe he is a lifetime member of the Entropy Google Hangout. So yeah, he's been around a while.
So Markshire knows how the league works. He knows how to I don't know. It's obviously different in THL than any other format.
He's very experienced game planning.
So he loses 1-3. And then he goes the next week he comes up against Ray C, arguably the most talent. You could make an argument for him being the best player in the league easily. So and he loses that. I don't know. I just think it's still really early, and he definitely has a chance to bounce back.
Yeah. Markshire and Ray C, right? That's definitely. Can you guys hear me? I don't know. My fucking mouth.
I hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, sorry. They're definitely you don't hang your hat losing to those guys in back-to-back weeks, for sure. And so I'm definitely not saying Phenom is never gonna win a game. He's
no. I'm just saying
yeah.
I wouldn't hang too much on the O2. I think he's fine.
It's just I think for me specifically, it's just something I'm gonna keep checking every week to see if he how he keeps doing. But yeah, no, that's a super good point about his competition.
Salmon getting a sweep, that's huge. D Lineman getting a sweep again, it's pretty big. So, Crown's always consistently good. So the middle of their lineup's really scary. Although Salmon goes to the 1 this week. But yeah.
Yeah,
they're really scary.
They look very good, and they're probably gonna beat the dog shit out of the Hombres, so they're gonna get us out.
H for Hombres.
In fact, D Lyman already won his match. He swept Brunson at 3 a.m. on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Starting off the week good.
Was Brunson taking a shit at the club toilet while that was going on?
I'm assuming. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, you got that snap too.
Oh, you bet I did.
Oh my god. So that brings us to our number one currently. I think they're number one last week as well.
Yep.
Supreme. I don't even want to talk about them, to be honest.
Me
Fuck
neither.
them.
Same.
Still very strong 1, 2, 3, as all three of them got wins. All right, here's something to talk about a little bit. DD, Detective Diamond, and Senor Saxon both lost, and they lost. They lost to players who had won previously, right? So they lost to 2-0 players,
Yep.
and they lost in 5-game series. But they did still lost. So I'm sure as a captain, I'm not saying you're concerned, but it's just like, and
You
that's
are
something to
concerned.
keep an eye on. Yeah, right? Okay, so you are concerned.
Well,
Yeah.
I would say that's, I don't want to say expected, but like, the strength of the team's not in the bottom, but like we definitely have 2 threes. Like they're like coin flips, really. Like they could have swung out on the other side of that. So it's definitely something to build on.
So like to give you like kind of my perspective, as a captain, when like Rogue and like Donnie Wrench, we had players like that who are very new to the game. Series like that seem to be like part of the learning curve. So right. So in that sense, it is like okay, you're not expecting them to win every game, basically.
Yeah, they came out. They 2-3'd. They put points on the board. They didn't get swept. They show like the ability to learn and the ability to improve. So it's
so
something to build on.
Yeah, pretty much. So Supreme still got a roster because the strength of that team is ridiculous, and those guys are holding their own for now. Obviously, this will be subject to change as we get more results in, and I'm interested to see how good old DD. Like pretty much every week, as someone that is a neutral observer, I'm literally just looking to see what DD and Senor Saxon did because we know
DD is my favorite player in the league.
We know exactly what we're getting in Slim, Cheesy, and Parker. Guys that dunk on Fisher Price hoops. So.
Oh no, Slimch has real hops.
No, he does.
Slimch dunks on the real basketball.
No, he does for sure.
Cheesy's the like the sophomore in high school that feels like a big boy because he's dunking on 9-foot rims. Parker is over here just breaking Fisher Price hoops in half. I mean, he's buying sandbags at gas stations to weigh him down because he's hanging on the rim and everything.
Oh, this is one of my favorite analogies ever. Can I borrow this for Tavern Talk?
Oh yeah.
Please. I'll give you credit. I'll definitely give you credit. That's so good. Oh my god. So that's our power rankings. I actually really like this live format. So let's just go a little bit more in depth and let us get some feedback from chat.
Let's see if chat has any cues that we could A.
Sure. Chat, do you have any cues that we can A?
I think good old Tigger probably has some.
Oh, he tends to. I mean, we might have scared him off. We have 20 viewers.
Yeah.
So over under this number is what after the salt settles get.
We had 20?
We have 20 right now.
Oh dang.
Rogue says, "How did we get to 18?" Oh boy.
How did we get to 18?
That's
Well, we
amazing.
beat a really tough opponent in Team Squagoy. No, honestly, it's just because Team Well Met disappointed that much that we could justify sliding them down. And honestly, Team Well Met had a case for 20. But
yes, they did.
Puma says we should be harsher on teams that lose. Not a question, but
so
I think we kind of give the benefit of the doubt to teams that have consistently done well in the past. And so like 1 week we're not gonna slide them way down, but if they continue to lose, you can expect to see big slides.
Yeah, we try really hard to not let like 1 week sample sizes influence things a ton, just because it's just 1 week and like anything can happen.
Interesting.
But definitely, like, and if you're talking about like Team 1600 Dust.
Also, like NWA for example, like they lost, but they also lost to another like really top tier team. So it's really hard to to move them down when they lost by 3 points to the team that's like third best in the league. You know, like you can't really beat up on them too hard for that.
I also, and if you're just talking about the bottom tier teams, like you never want to like shit anyone. Like everyone's trying really hard, and so I always take care to not be like, wow, that's a fucking dumpster fire,
Right.
you know, because like these guys are trying hard, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, just the ones that don't submit classes.
Yeah, I will absolutely shit on people that don't submit classes, but
How
lose it.
good is Lima's rogue gameplay?
Okay, yeah, no, it's great. Lemur, please make it like a tech video with like all your rogue card choices. Show us a few games on ladder. Put it on
Please.
YouTube. I don't know. Do we want to wrap it up?
Yep, I think that's about it. If you have any feedback, put it on the Facebook group. Tell us how much we suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Spaghetti has some words for us when we get out of here.
Yeah. Tigger can let us know. Tigger my biscuits, buddy.
Tigger my biscuits.
I don't even know what that means. But... yeah, if you have any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, suggestions.
How was a team committed to memeing all season allowed in the league? We're expected to make classes and play matches.
Yeah.
And win.
We're 1-1. We're 1-1. We have
same
we have
record
as
as
many
your team there, Pumas.
we have as many ones to Avatar.
I was gonna say half the shit Avatar plays is memeing too. I don't know what you're talking about.
You literally played Zooted.
You ever watch Lemur play Rogue? That's a meme.
All right, THL, thanks for joining us on our first ever live power rankings. I think we want to do this again next week, right? That was fun.
Yeah, sure, seemed neat.
So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.